Hello everyone, let's get right into it. This is Charlie Brawley. In this video, I'm going to do a live demonstration on a process that I was in my testing. I absolutely was smashing it, and it's a better way to manage the percentages. And it's something that I don't have built into the system, but I'm going to show you how to do it in the standard version. And for those who have the standard version, you can just follow along. Remember, I told you you only need 3 units a day, and 3 units a day will literally turn your life upside down. And I know we're doing 3 units a day because right now we're already up to 1,000 or so percent now. We're up probably, I want to say 100% since we came back online, which was just a few days ago. All right, so what I'm going to do though, guys, let's see here. We're going to use the old system, and we have a few hands before we actually start betting, but we're going to put outcomes. This is actually a new shoe. This system that process that I'm going to show you is something that I'm going to load into the app. And the app is, by the way, the ground up strategy and the live trading strategy. What I'm about to show you is kind of like a mixture of them both in one. I'm going to call it the hybrid. Right now, ground up isn't working. On the back side of it, the part that you don't see where I'm actually doing all the changes, it actually is working. All right, I just haven't published it. So for those who are wondering what's up with the ground up, I just haven't published it yet. Once I do though, you can begin to play ground up, but I'm going to show you another way to play this where it's absolutely freaking phenomenal, man. And so let me not associated with the support shadowmaxtrading.com. What is happening here? You know, I think the what's that thing called? The base 44, which is the AI app I'm building this on. It's been buggy today. So if you run it, well, by the time you see this video, I guess it'd be too late. But I've been noticing the app has been kind of acting a little kooky today. So this is happening right now. We were literally just on the site. Don't know what's going on now. And I could actually go on the app, and I saw that it was just timing out like this as well. But here's the deal. What's great is that when stuff like that happens, this is the reason why, you know, I built this from like with my hands. Like I call Excel building it with your hands. Okay. Because at the end of the day, if this site is down, or like, I don't know why this is taking so long. But I can still be able to do what I need to do here because I can use this always. All right, so let's go ahead and put these outcomes here. So we got a few more outcomes to do before we update the algorithm, but it's a way where you could take advantage of the percentages and what I call shorting. It's like shorting a stock. Well, you can short a pattern. All right, and it'll save you a lot of risk, a lot of time in terms of redemption. And one of the advantages that we have is because we have a lot of consecutive winning, and because of that, we can do this thing that I call shorting easily. That I had actually won a lot of consecutive units. I was able to, and not only that, but you can like literally play. Just play. Like you can do a whole lot more than 3. But if you ever just want to say, I want a 1, 2, 3 stop shop way of always getting 3 no matter what in the quickest amount of time, this is the way. And you could do this using here, but you're going to see that I'm going to do a little bit more on the progressive side of my minimum bets, a little bit as well, because it saves time. But I'm taking advantage of this thing that I'm calling a short. And when I get to it, if I get to it, you'll see what I mean. And well, actually, I could tell you, the only thing I'm doing is just, if I lose one game, the second game, I'm going to play the reverse of what I normally would do on the first hand. That's the short. Because if I should lose the first hand regularly, right, then that is the start of a losing trend. But if I short it by playing it in reverse, the worst could happen is I lose 1 unit, and only to find out that the cycle or the trend, the winning trend, is still continuing. Meaning I would only lose 1 game, and I would never lose 2 -3 games back to back, because we shorted. But because we also have such a long winning streak, you'll see how that favors us overall in the end, and it increases our capital, increases our bankroll, our win rate, decreases our time. That's the thing that we end up saving a lot of. All right, because we don't have to spend, like, I think normally you'd spend about, on average, 2.5. When we say a day, like we're talking like 2.5 hours a day. You'd spend that a day playing. So you'd spend about a day, maybe 2 days in terms of redeeming. And when we say 2 days, we're not talking all day. We're talking like up to 2 hours in a day. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to be starting on the 100% algorithm, which is going to be algorithm number 1. Now, if we get 3 units, we'll end the session, because the goal is always to get 3 units. All right, anytime you get 3 units, you take a break. All right, period. And then you come back, you get another 3, you come back. Why do you do that? It's because nothing lasts forever. It's easier to get 3 than it is to get 20. Okay, if you try to go for 20, all right, so we're going to put our chip on banker. Okay, so you can see here the site is back up. I think it's that base camp thing that it's been timing out, man. But nonetheless, you can see here we're up. We're almost at $20,000 right now. But the ground up strategy, I was actually going to go to that. But it's the new site. You don't see it. It's the background that I do. That should be up probably within a day. All right, so we're going to do 2 units on player. All right, so while that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and update the algorithms that won, which were algorithms 2 and 3. All right, so the first thing we do is we play on the 100%, whichever algorithm's at 100%. And if we should lose this, we go to the next algorithm that's at 100%. All right. And then I'm going to show you what I mean by shorting. Okay. All right. So this actually kind of works perfectly in our favor. So let's go ahead and update this really quick. And what I'm going to do here on my next bet, this just worked perfectly for me to teach it right off the rip. So my next bet, what I'm going to do here, instead of playing, I'm going to be on this algorithm, but we're going to assume that we're starting a losing trend, and we're going to short it by betting the opposite of that first hand. All right. Because what that's going to say is, if we win it, then that means that the cycle of losing is continuing. All right. So in this case, in shorting it, we would be playing player. Now, negative would be playing banker. That's what we would normally play. If we win this, then that means that the losing cycle is still outstanding. So, and when we actually score, when we update the sheet, we're going to base it on what actually happens, not our shorting. So let's see if we win here. Okay, that was a tie. Now, if we lose, that means that the cycle of winning continues. If we win, that means the cycle of losing continues. We just lost that last game. If we lose this first one, okay, then we know, well, if we lose the first one, then we know the cycle of the algorithm number 2 has won. So this would have already won again. So this algo 2 would stay at 100% if we lose this first one and we won it. Boom. Let's go. All right, so we won that short. Okay, now the algorithm didn't win. We just won the short. Okay, what happened here? All right, so we just won the short, okay? So we won the short, but the algorithm may still lose. And if it still lose, we're going to continue to play the short. All right, we're going to continue to short it. And that way we dodge all of the potential losses we would have lost if we had to play regularly. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, it's a way of shorting. We're just playing what we're preempting it. It's shorting it. We're shorting the pattern. So we'll know what happened to this algorithm. Sorry, that was one. Sorry. All right, so let's see here. All right, so it looks like banker. All right, so what happened is that we won that, but the current pattern is still winning at 100%. So we won the short, but the pattern is still continuing at 100%. So that's another advantage of doing shorts. So now we're going to start playing on this algorithm number 2. We're going to stick right there on it because it's still at 100%, but we won the short. And sometimes if we win the short, the whole algorithm may lose, and that means that we also know that the trend is still a negatively losing trend. We still know that. All right, so that was a tie, so we have to wait for the next outcome. Hopefully this makes sense. To you traders, I'm sure you probably understand it a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to play this regularly. So this is a negative, and we're going to be negative, so that will be player. So now we're going to play it regularly now, all right? Because it's at 100%. We tried to short it here because we had just we had a previous loss. So to prevent a continuum losing streak, we shorted that first one. But the algorithm won on that second hand, which means the pattern continued to win. And we continue to win. Let's go. All right. So you see how this process of shorting and dominating the game. This is so exciting. So guys, and then what we would do is we would continue to play just like that. All right. I'm going to do more videos talking about the concept and the nature of what I mean by shorting. So we would play here until we would lose. And then our next step would be to go to another algorithm that's at 90% or better than the one we left off, but we would short it. And if we win, then we would continue to short the next game. Meaning wherever we would go. So if we normally would, so if in that case, if the algorithm lost, we would play against the lowest performing one. That's the reason why I say I'm going to do more of these videos. But I'm going to be programming the idea of shorting into the system because here's what it looks like really quickly, just to give you even more perspective. Normally, let's say if we lost the first game, we would be at a -3. But if we didn't short, if we lost the second game, it would look like this, or it could potentially look like this. Now we have long strings of wins, and I could actually validate that. We have a lot of old test data. This is actually new test data that I actually did to give you an idea. But we didn't really have, see this long consistency of wins? These are real games I played. That's the reason why on the website it shows permutations like killing it, because I was killing it. And these are the games that I was doing it at. So you see how I lost this one back to back? Well, I could have shorted this one. Instead of being at a -6, I'd been at a +1. I could have shorted this one, and even though this one won regularly, if I had a shortened it and lost, which I would have probably could have lost it, I'd only be at a -1 unit. Here, I would actually increase my minimum bet to 2 units, get back down here, and let's say I short this one, I go back up to 2 units, and that way, if I ever experience like those variant losses like that, I could still climb out of it. And I could even increase this up to 3. We can increase that to 4 or something along that. We could do a lot of stuff, and I'm going to show, and just to get to that 3 unit mark really quickly, let me back out of that and put that back where it was, because ordinarily this would have been a -2 game, and that's the reason why shorting it works really efficiently. Because from this perspective, in shorting it, we would be looking like this, and then I would go 2 units, and you can see how we're already up at 3 units in this process that I call shorting. And then there's another thing that I'm going to show you, is that when there are no algorithms that are above 90%, we would play against the lowest performing, because typically what's happening is that it's chaotic. So if you play against the lowest performing, you're bound to hit one, and we win 3 of the 4 anyway. So the moment it is chaotic, we're going to play against the top performing ones, or play on the top performing ones and against the lowest performing, only when it's under 90%. But if there's an algorithm that is above 90%, we play after it. If it's any algorithms that are below 90% total, if there's no algorithm that is above 90, we play against the lowest performer, against it, all right, until you find one that goes above it. All right, well, listen, guys, I'll do more of that, but I just wanted to show you guys what that shorting is all about. It's a way where you could take advantage of the game and ride trends and kind of play it for a long time. I'm going to be loading this up into the software, and but guys, we should have the most of all of the bugs right now. We're up. I mean, we're actually good, but the ground up strategy, once it's up, I'm going to do a video talking about how that works, and you can play the ground up strategy. And then I'm going to be working on this hybrid thing that I've just showed you, where it takes advantages of the shorting process, but I can't do it in the system unless I program it there, because your stats will be completely off if you just did it. Okay, so with that said, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. I have more content coming your way. Go to shadowmaxtrading.com, where right now we're experiencing 1,000% growth since we've opened, which has been over a little bit over a month now. And these are real numbers, and these are numbers that are being validated by real people. And soon I'm going to have a couple guys who are going to tell you guys exactly what these numbers are looking like. One of which is my man Donnie, who has been completely crashing it, and that's all you got to do. But I'm going to show you even more sophisticated ways where you can go more concrete, and like I was just showing you here, ways where you can short it, take advantage of the weak side of the game, and at the same time minimize your risk, right? And take advantage of a lot of the streaks that we have when we do play. Oh, what's going on here? But I was going to show you guys one more thing on here to speak of streaks. So when I say streaks, guys, what I mean, you see how, like, for example, you see how in this algorithm we are able to look at these percentages, and we can know where to take advantage. And we don't only have to make 3 units a day. We just have the best trading system in the world. I'll put my trading system against yours, not to try to make it about a competition, but just to prove a point. These numbers are great, and I don't know of any other way where you could find a way to be able to decipher the statistical value of a trade to the tune of 80 or 90% and be right for the most part, all the time. Okay, and this is what's happening. But you can't gamble it. You have to have a process. All right. So I'm going to be showing more about ground up. I'm going to be showing more about the live trading, and I'm also going to show you more of what I just talked about with this shorting. It's phenomenal, guys. So listen, go to shallowmaxtrading.com. There's somewhere where I say here on the website where we guarantee. Whoa, wait a minute here. We're missing. Oh, there we go. Where we're guaranteeing the mathematical computation that's 100% correct. Mathematically, we're 100% sound. That's the reason why our numbers are what they are. You can do a free trial. Remember, it's a trial. Your first day, your first go around, if you're expecting to go to the moon, you might, but don't think of it that way. Think of it like a business. You're here to see how it functions. What are its capabilities? What are its limits? What do we mean by limits? How frequently does it lose back to back in the process of us sticking to a 90+% algorithm? How frequently do we win consistently? Just on that alone. We're not even talking about shorting. That's another thing. I mean, you could short right now. You just can't do it in the system. I could program. You have to program it. But these are the things that you want to look through when you're going and you're trying to figure out, is this a viable system? You're not going to be able to go through 1 million simulations in 24 hours or even in a month. But what you can do is get a general synopsis of it by going through and just going through enough of it to get an idea. We're already performing right now. So, but when you go through your trial, go and look at it. How often are you winning both hands? How often does it lose back to back? That's the key. Your back to backs, and then your streaks. That's really what you want to know. Well, anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for listening. I got a lot more coming your way. ShallowMaxTrading.com. Take the free trial. If you have been a previous trial member and it ended and you want to do it again, send me an email, permutationspro@gmail.com. I'll set you up again. Give you another free trial, another 24 hours. With that said, guys, thank y'all so much for listening. Until the next time, peace.